All right, we are here, Sick Week 2025. Gonna be epic. So many cool cars. We're here at the track, South Georgia Motorsports Park. We got a couple days of testing going on. Then we have our test and tech-in day, and then it officially gets underway on Tuesday. So kind of unprecedented to get this time where everybody can come in and do some testing prior to the event, and we need it. So we're starting out Tuesday here, South Georgia Motorsports Park. So we're here today, tomorrow, Monday, and Tuesday's the first day. Then we're gonna make our way to Bradenton. So Wednesday, come see us Bradenton. Thursday, come see us in Orlando. Friday, come see us in Gainesville. And then Saturday, we'll be back up here to wrap everything up again. SickTheMag.com, grab your tickets. This is something that, hey, you may watch it online, but it's not as good as seeing it in person and just looking at everything going on. So, hey, we'll see you here. All right, 2.0. So we did the new rack and rendering and everything on 2.0. We spent a lot of time last year trying to get it tested and trying to get it dialed in. We tested down in Orlando last week, and it wasn't as good as what we put it away at in the fall. So we're gonna try and get through those struggles with it, try and get it to where we want it at. But other than that, we had the thing running great last fall and got the different wrap and everything on. It just went through maintenance, made sure everything was good to go, and here we are. That's why we're testing, trying to get this thing lined out so that we'll be ready to go for the first of the week, because really want to run fives with this thing. It's a 5-second car that needs to run 5. So a lot of pressure on myself to do that. Last year we drove the Durango because I didn't feel like it was ready to be where it hopefully is right now. So this year we're looking to lighten it up, and there's a lot of other people going to be gunning for those 5s too. So we will, yeah, let's see how it all works out.
If you have one or know where we can get one, I do have his information on the second floor of the tower if you want to come up and get with me.
I don't know. I think the idle was just down from not setting it after it had warmed up on methanol, but like I don't know. I mean, it just got out there and 60 foot was down a little bit, so we'll see what happened with it and go from there. I mean, not bad, just was expecting it not to be able to drive through that shake zone, and instead it started shaking there. So not sure. We made a couple changes, thought that that's where we were going to fix it at, was out roughly about 60 foot, and literally, I mean, it just hooked straight down, hit the wheelie bars hard enough to bring the back tires off the ground, so, and then bounced through. So looking at it, and to a certain degree, we're trying to make a baseline tune-up that we can try and run variations of all week, but at the same point we got to be pretty aggressive. Well, that obviously was too much aggressive in some form or fashion, whether it's suspension setup or the power, but see what we can do to make a correction, get back up there. I mean, that's the hopefully fortunate part. Is this is day 1 of 3 days of possibly making some test runs, but I really hope to make like 1 or 2 runs, which now we've already tried twice, and then put it away and wait. Well, not the case, so we'll see if we get on track. Hopefully the next one we'll get up on track. There's so much cool stuff here at Sick Week, so many brand new builds, like just crazy. So we're gonna check some of those out. They're getting their test passes in this weekend to try and get ready for Tuesday. So let's go check them out.
Hey guys, Brett LaSala. We're here Sick Week with Snot Rocket 3.0. So this is our first drag and drive with this car. More race chassis. Did this chassis for us over the summer. We ran a few events with it, and it's really fast. It's faster than the last car. So we're excited to be here and compete for the overall again. Kind of defend our Sick Week title and try to be quick. We race a Coyote platform, right? So this is a factory Coyote-based engine. Fast Forward Race engines. Joe is the man, and we've been working on these engines for multiple years now. So you know, I'm just stuck with it. Like, I don't want to change power plants, and we're horsepower limited because this is a cast forward block because we do drag and drive, so we can't just go to a billet block. Cast heads, you know, factory based engine. It's got a lot of stock valve train parts in it. Obviously, the block sleeve, and it has, you know, good pistons and rods and crank and stuff like that. But you know, we're approaching 3,000 horsepower with it, and that's tough. So we're horsepower limited. We can make the horsepower that we can make, and then, you know, we're always building that up a little bit, but we only can go a little at a time, because eventually this thing is just going to do an unplanned disassembly, and it's not going to be pretty for anyone. So we have to make the combo as efficient as possible to get more ET. And you know, we found that the next step was going to be to make the car a little better. So we reached out to Matt, More Race Chassis, and talked about what I wanted to do and the timeline that I wanted to do it on, which was kind of crazy, and he made it happy. So now we got to kind of spec build this car from scratch, which the last one wasn't. I bought it as a roller and apply what we learned with that car to this one, and it worked. You know, it hit the ground, it's a couple tenths faster, and we're making progress with it every time we run it. We ran FL2K. We were #1 qualifier in Extreme 28, and then you know, we made it to the semis, and the event got rained out, so we didn't get to finish that one. Then we went to World Cup finals, and we were entered in Renegade versus Modified, which is the second fastest class there. These are not drag and drive cars that we're racing. They're Mountain Motor Pro Stock Nitrous cars, Pro Import cars. I don't know if anyone saw that race, but the class record for that is like a 580 something. Two cars, we qualified 3rd or 4th. We were down, we went 604, which was a personal best for us by pretty far compared to the last car. And we made it all the way to the finals and raced Derek in his Pro Import car, and he edged us out. We went 608, he went 598, I believe, and we lost in the finals. But man, like, first major event, we went 6-0 like 5 times. I was like, man, if this was Sick Week, we just had a 609 average, which is pretty fast for drag and drive. So our goal is to kind of repeat that this week, those runs, and you know, get the overall. Everyone's talking about running a 5. Obviously, if you run a 6.0, you want to run a 5. That's the next goalpost, right? I honestly don't know if we have it in us this week. We haven't been as quick as we need to go to the 8th for it to turn into a 5, because it's all incrementals and splits. But we're still going to race our race. That's what we always do. So our plan is to be the fastest car on the track each day when we leave, to keep in overall contention. If that means we have to run a 5, then we're going to try to run a 5. But the goal is to win the event, not break the car to get a 5. The event is concentration.
2025 is gonna be sick! And Sick Week is only the beginning. In June is the 3rd annual Sick Summer, another triumphant return to the heartland of the Midwest. In August, there's Michigan Miles, a week-long drag and drive in Sick's home state with 5 days of racing and the Woodward Dream Cruise. In October, Sick Smokies, an 8-day, 8-mile racing adventure through the Appalachian Mountains, from cruising downtown Nashville to taking on the legendary Tail of the Dragon. But before all that, Sick is hosting 2 weekend events inspired by the former NMCA NMRA racing series. April 10th to 12th is Sick at the Rock, Rockingham Dragway in North Carolina. May 29th to 31st, Sick on the Green, Beach Bend Raceway, Kentucky. Sickness is guaranteed. Go to the website, sickthemagazine.com.
My name's Matt Blasco. I'm from Welling, Alberta, Canada, just south of Lethbridge, Alberta. This is my 1971 Plymouth Cuda. It has a twin turbo 652-inch Goodwin competition Hemi. I've owned this car for a few years, and we just got it finished and brought it down to Sick Week to start shaking it down and getting it ready to make some actual good passes. Yeah, I got this off my friend in about, I think it was the end of 2020, start of 2021. I bartered for a friend for the chassis, sold engine and tranny out of it, and I have a 72 Dart that I've won drag week with and done drag and drive with, that I had this engine in, and it was just not enough chassis for it. So ended up taking the engine out of that car and made it into a roller, put this engine and tranny in it out of the proven car, and just something a lot lighter and should go a lot quicker, handle the horsepower. Had lots of friends help me along the way, and then I also have my friend Rich Guido helping me out as my co-pilot. He's an extremely seasoned drag and driver that everybody I'm sure knows by now. So yeah, we're just getting the thing all ready and getting the suspension dialed. It's been a little bit to get it sorted out thus far, but yeah, we're just kind of starting from scratch. A little bit jittery, but yeah, we should be able to get into the sixes pretty easy. It's just getting it into the low sixes is where it's going to start really being a challenge, and getting the 60 foot down where you can add the power in and not have the thing hit the wall.
Blasco, the twin turbo.
I'm Brandon Dollar with Low Dollar Motorsports out of Aurora, Indiana. And this is my 70 Nova. Car has made a lot of changes over the years, and a little bit more power now. It's a big block 540, Mike Henson race engines, turbo 400, close ratio, backed with a gear vendor, and then a Tin Soldier race cars, fabricated 9-inch housing. 325 rear gear this time around on 275 drag radials. We're running in unlimited iron. Not really the class that you would expect to see a small tire radial car in, but it fits the weight because it's a heavy pig. The car still has all the stock interior in it, stock floors, stock wheel tubs, back seat still goes in the car. It's a real deal street car. We're looking to really iron this thing out. It's been a thrash. We had some small motor issues, just dumb stuff, and it's got some metal in it again, and it's 100% my fault. I probably didn't do a sufficient job cleaning out the oil cooler, and I believe that it probably pushed some new metal or metal through a brand new engine because of that, and we're seeing a little bit of the metal come out now. We've removed the oil cooler out of the system completely. It's the metal is going away. That's good. Oil pressure's good. It seems happy, but I think we're going to roll some new bearings in it. We made one pass on the car, left on whatever it makes on wastegate, which is about 5 pounds, and we ramped to 10 pounds of dome pressure over a couple of seconds. It went like 128 to the 60, 496 at 148 to the 8th, and then went out the back at like a 760 at 180. So I feel like we have a car that can be competitive. You know, the car, we should have no issues going into the 6-second range. without really leaning on it, and that's the goal for this deal. And then incrementally every day we intend to, you know, sneak up on the tune-up a little bit and see just how far this 3,200 pound leaf spring pig will go. So that's it.
And Alan wheels it and deals it just past the 8 mile and will coast between.
getting dark, getting cold, so that's one thing. It was a beautiful day, but we're just chasing some gremlins with it, and hopefully we're ready for tomorrow. Get back out there and get a solid hit in the morning, so that hey, the rest of the day goes smoother, and maybe we don't have to make runs the rest of the day. I guess call it the good or the bad is we still have tomorrow, we still have Monday, and then the event starts Tuesday. But I don't want to put too many laps on the car, so we are hoping we got our issues sorted out, and we can get out there and do good tomorrow. See you in the morning. In it, it went back to what it had done before, so now we're taking the 2 degrees back out, see if we can just get it to go straight, and then see what happens. So yep, kicking ourselves in the nuts, so but we'll see, hopefully better. Have to drive it harder, I guess. Hopefully we're getting closer with it. I mean, just cannot get it to leave the way that we had it leaving before. So chasing our tail, it was able to go through the tire chatter there. I mean, it did move around a little bit. That I mean, obviously ended up lifting early before even the 8th. So, but I mean, we gotta do better. I mean, that's it. Like that number, doing that isn't good enough. Like, I mean, forget the 6 on the other end. I'm looking at the 8th mile, the 413. So, I mean, that needs to be a low 4.0. So 390 in there to make it run a 5 out the back. So easily without leaning on it real hard in the back, and don't want to do that. Trying to get the front number good so the back number's easy.
Shaun Skipper. I'm from Grambling, Michigan. Started life off as a real Chevy Corvette. 54 is actually the tub and all the bottom of it, but I'm a fan of 56s, 57s, so swapped the front clip and some other stuff, so it's kind of a hodgepodge of whatever, but Chevrolet did make all the parts. So yeah, it used to be we ran it as a IHRA Pro Mod back in, I don't know, late 90s, early 2000s with a Roots blower, you know, as a privateer, not very competitive, just had fun. Kind of mothballed the car for, I don't know, 15, 17 years, I think. And then decided, you know, you get the bug, it never leaves you, you know. So I pulled it out of the trailer one day and I said to her, I said, you know, talked to my mom, my family, Cindy, said, you know, hey, wanna go drag and drive? And they're like, what's drag and drive? And I showed them a couple of videos and they're like, they're pretty supportive. I mean, you know, they're not their thing, but they'll do whatever I want to do, so it's cool. We're all ride or die. So yeah, then I started kind of looking around and I took it to Richie Crampton and he front halved it for me. I just needed the adjustable front strut cups and stuff just to drive it on the street. Steve Morris built the motor, and the adaptation I did at home, you know, so like say, Richie did a lot of the tube work and helped me with a lot of the setup for the front end and stuff, but I took it back to my shop and then took another year to kind of finish it out, you know, and yeah, we tested it. We made one 60-foot hit on Halloween of this year, and then it snowed the next day. And so we had no way to test it, no way to do nothing. So we put it in the box and left last week Thursday, and here you are. So, yep.
And you had to actually get licensed to go that fast, right?
Yeah. Yesterday I had to make 6 passes. We were hustling about one every hour. We were turning it around pretty quick, and so I had to, like, you know, I couldn't go very fast. I had to kind of increment it. That's how it all works or whatever. And so today I got to kind of start turning it up. You know, I mean, I'm not looking to rotate the earth today, but I mean, it's gotten faster. I mean, I think it just went 750 to 180. I mean, that's fast enough for the 4th or 5th pass on the car. You know, so pretty happy with it. Yeah.
So you told me that you've been keeping it a secret.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a big social media guy. I don't have a social media presence. I just think it's exhausting for all that stuff to be, you know, all the time in your face, whatever. So I don't do it to get money or social media credit or whatever. I just like to work on my car and have fun. So I like to drive my crap. We used to do the power tour a lot. I have a bunch of street cars that are pretty fast, you know, 1,000 horsepower street cars, and that got boring. So I figured we needed a harder challenge.
taking the trans out. Test pass, we broke planetary in the transmission. I don't have the correct one here, so we have one coming up. It's actually a complete transmission. We brought one from Brian. FM Motorsports had one, so we're gonna use that and then probably fix this one when we get back to Bradenton, because I think I have another gear set that'll be close, so then we'll kind of have a backup for the rest of the week. But it should be fine. I've never broken this part before, so it's probably just, you know, you only get so many runs on certain components, and that one reached its end.
So we got to Orlando last Monday, tested with Tom. All 3 hits went phenomenal. We put brand new rods in this motor, bigger rods, and first hit went 98 60 foot, and I lifted early. Second hit went 1 flat, but it went 392 to the 8th at 194. Third hit went 950 flat, went 591 at 224. I lifted early. I thought I was good to go. This morning I checked the oil filter, nothing in it, all good. It broke a rod. First pass today, second pass. So it's laying right there. We don't know what's happening. My engine guy's with us. He thinks we got a bad batch of rods, so I really don't know. I'm deflated. I really wanted to do this and compete and finish sick week. So we'll lick our wounds, we'll go home, regroup, hopefully come back next year. You know, I'm getting older, and I thought this would probably be my last one, but I gotta finish it. So that's my goal for the next one. It's just to finish and finish well. So and that's it. We just gotta put it back together and get home.
You feel like you've got unfinished business in drag and drive?
Absolutely. You know, a lot of people don't know, but I pioneered the gas to alcohol. I did the 24 injectors. I see the Swedes are even copying the fuel cell and the wheelie bar. You know, I did drag and drive a long time ago. We had a lot of fun doing it, and I helped pioneer a lot of it, and I enjoy doing it, and I'll always enjoy doing it. I'm just getting older. I just don't know how many more I got in me. People always ask, how much fun is it? I said it's the worst thing you could do in a race car. Because this is a race car. This ain't a street car. It's a street-driven pro mod. So that's all there is to it. Like Tom's. That's a pro mod. You know, it's just that, you know, unfortunately, that's where it's gone. You know, to get to this 5-second barrier, you have to have something lightweight, aerodynamic. So hopefully we'll get it done one of these days.
Well, cylinder, it looks like it broke a retainer and dropped the valve, but I don't think that I think it just let go of the valve and bent the valve, and I don't think it broke off in the chamber, so, which is really good. So this is what I classify as broke, but not broke. Broke sends you home. Broke just makes you gotta fix it. I thought it was broke. I thought it was broke, but going home broke. Or actually, I thought I was going to be taking the motor out of the Camaro and put it in here because I wasn't giving up yet. But everything actually looks really good, and it's just that valve. So I think probably within an hour here, we'll have it. Probably 2 hours, we'll have it fixed and be putting it back together.
All right, so that is the end of the second day of testing. We're still on the struggle bus trying to figure things out. The amount of carnage that has happened, I mean, there's already people out for the week, and we haven't even made it day 0. Usually they wait till day 0 to break, but we already have some breakages, got some casualties, and we're gonna see how everything works out. But we're gonna make some changes tonight, and then hopefully we get some testing in tomorrow after tech and registration, and we can make a good lick down the track and finally get us to some starting point to know where we're going. So crazy, but hey, we're in North Georgia or South Georgia, and you know what? It's snowing at home and it's cold at home, so we're better than being cold. But there you go. We're out.